Hey guys, have you ever wondered why everyone around you has a distaste towards you? They say it's because I'm an escaped convict, but I know it's because I bought the newest Call of Duty. And when Border Control asks for my identification, most of the time I just pull out my copy of Call of Duty Black Ops 3. It gets me in almost like 1% of the time, but hey, it's the thought that counts. Right? Call of Duty in recent memory has faded into the void of mediocrity. Maybe this is because of all their new and interesting ideas were already utilized in past games, or maybe it's because Activision just freaking hates us. I remember when Call of Duty was actually fun enough to warrant hundreds of hours of game time. Back in 2015, my uncle bought me and my brother Black Ops 3 as his going away gift, and I still go back and play it to this day. And how on my old Xbox 360, I downloaded the Modern Warfare 3 free demo and had a blast with the one campaign level it let me play. But with Call of Duty Cold War, it's okay. Cold War didn't surprise me. It just felt like another one of those. The multiplayer is an atrocity to the name of Call of Duty. It spits in the face of all that made the older Call of Duty games great. The reason I love Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is because of its original maps that ended up being staples of the series. And guess what Cold War did? It's really telling when the best maps in a Call of Duty game are just copy and pasted from other games. But the maps aren't the only thing that I dislike about the multiplayer, no, far from it. It's just not fun. Snipers were always my go-to weapon for Call of Duty based on how fun they were to use. But now, the snipers take decades to scope in, which basically enables players to camp corners with snipers instead of the aggressive run and quick scope kind of gameplay we have grown to expect from Call of Duty. No, everything that you love is gone. The best weapons in this game is burst ARs, which are, in my opinion, the least enjoyable type of gun to use. So basically, they strip the most fun weapon type of its glory, and then buff an unenjoyable class to use. Okay then, Treyarch, you do you. Oh yeah, remember those things called shotguns? Well, now they're secondaries. Good job, Treyarch! And with the mountains of complaints I have about this game, don't even begin to compare to how egregious the skill-based matchmaking is. On paper, it's a good idea. In execution, it makes me want to tear my hair out. They applied skill-based matchmaking to casual play. This means that if you get on to have fun with your friends and happen to do good your first 2 games on, well, let's just say you're in for a solid 30 minutes of mental torture. You would think that to fix this, they would make a competitive mode, implement it there, and remove it from casual, right? No, now they have both skill-based matchmaking in both modes, cause frick you and frick your enjoyment. Okay, I need to calm down now, because I'm gonna start talking about zombies. It pisses me off more that zombies is mediocre than it would have if it was bad. I expected this to be good, and to an extent, it is. The first 20 rounds are fun, and you are constantly progressing your armor level, weapon level, pack-a-punch level, and your insanity level, until finally the progression is done, you're left with nothing to do. This is where I call it quits and exfil every time, because there's no longer a reason to keep you playing. At least with Black Ops 3 Zombies, you have a long, entertaining, and beautiful Easter egg that ends with a boss fight to complete after you're done being stacked, but this time, you have a short, uninteresting, charmless, and boring Easter egg to complete that comes with no satisfying ending. On Die Machine, Nocturne Totem explodes, which means that had zero weight to the storyline, and it's just a filler launch map like Kino der Toten. On Firebase Z, you see Samantha again, but this time she has spooky blue eyes. How mysterious. Even if the maps held more weight to the storyline at whole, it wouldn't mean anything because this storyline is terrible. And remember, you can't get immersed because you're not playing as a character that is actually involved in it. Black Ops 3 had 4 characters, Richtofen, Nikolai, Takio, and Dempsey, which all have their own personality and stake in the story. But no, in Cold War you play as interchangeable operators with no direct impact to the story, and have reused lines that hold no charm or importance at all. Tell me how that sounds like a good way to execute a story. But there's one thing in this game that slightly redeems it, and it's the campaign. The campaign, for the first time ever, is actually fun. Maybe it's just me, but it's always been boring and unfun to try to complete a Call of Duty campaign. But in this game, I completed it in like 5 hours, which is both a good and bad thing. The only real complaint I have with this campaign is how the main character, Belle, isn't voice acted. And even though he has dialogue options, also the implementation of the main character could have been better if it was a static character. What I mean is that the main character Belle could have been voice acted and would have been a flawless incorporation, and they found a way to ruin the only way to be immersed into the story. They implemented gender-neutral customization to the main character, which means it would have been 3 times harder to implement voice acting, instead of just having a static character like every other game ever made. But that's where my complaints for the campaign end. If I knew how good this campaign was, I would have literally bought this game just for the campaign.